Dragon Source, aka Drag Illuminati, the sexiest man alive, alien slayer, demon slayer, superhero, and we're live on New Earth. Let's go. This is part 4 of the series, Life is a Joke, Transcendence. The you that you believe is you is the thing that is suffering. Your very identity is suffering. Any form is just an encapsulation of a spirit. Any shape or form is binding or trapping a spirit. It's constricting an infinite spirit, an infinite possibility into one form. And there are mental forms too. Your identity, who you believe you are. It's not just physical. So what mental form are you stuck in? What mental form are you stuck in? What do you believe? What do you believe is going on in this reality? Who do you think you are? Transcendence. The goal of this video is to return to the realm of all possibilities. Pure potentiation. Clouds are always the most beautiful after it has rained. The light at the end of the tunnel. The rebirth after the death. The new civilization, the new earth after the apocalypse. Cycles. The yugas. Hinduism. The Joker, the X Factor, moving in between all personas. There's no more fear. Fear is a firmament on your own mind. It's the dome over your consciousness. It's how far you can go. Your atmosphere, atmosphere. If you want to take off like a rocket and pierce the firmament, you must first believe that you can. Why don't you believe you can fly? Programming, conditioning, terms and conditions. Humans can't fly, and you're a human. You have to pay for that with money. Money is a word that you are pointing at to represent a piece of paper with a bunch of symbols on it, which is just squiggly lines that we collectively decided means something. After we chop down one of these beautiful trees out here, do you see what I'm saying? Anything can be anything. Anybody can be anything. Your spirit is infinite possibility, infinite potential. Nothing had to be anyway. Everything is made up. Everything is made up. The English language is made up. Every ancient civilization made up. You could say, well, but they were basing it on astrology and the stars and the anatomy of the human body. Who designed the human body? Who designed the whole universe? Who decided that constellation goes there and that configuration? Like, nothing had to be any way. All of it is arbitrary. Everything. The only thing that is real, hyper-infinity, infinite, meaning cannot die, eternal, is the source. Your only link to the source is your spirit. Your spirit is a fragment of source energy encapsulated in a dense physical form first, and then secondly, a lighter form, which is your mind. Now, the physical form, some people claim they have been able to transform that and fly off like a spaceship. It's possible. It is. Extremely difficult to do, but I believe it can be done. what's easier to transform is your mental form. Transform, transfer. Look at the dog. Look at the dog. It's a beautiful day. Be outside and feeling alive. How you guys doing today? All right, all right. Okay. So, where were we? Transcendence. Nothing had to be any way. So anything can be anything. The Joker knows this. So, we were talking about transcending your limitations, transcending whatever shape and form you are currently working on or working with. Your mind, your body. Your spirit is truly malleable. It takes the shape and form of whatever it's in. It's like water in a cup. That's what your spirit is. It's the divine fluid that gives sustenance to your vessel. It's like the blood, right? Spirit is like blood in physical form. You know, what do leeches and vampires suck on? Your blood, which is metaphoric of your soul, right? Because your blood is produced in the bones. Your bones store the hyperinfinity. Your bones are the things that last the longest after you die. Your bones is the only thing left. So your bones are the most infinite aspect of you. Your spirit attaches to your body through the skeletal system. From there, it produces the blood, meaning the physical fluid representation of the spirit, the life force energy, the soul. And in that flows through your body, giving life to all your cells. But your spirit is circulating through your body, energy, through your heart as the focal point. So, Dragon, why does all that matter? I'll tell you why it matters. Your spirit is the only thing about you that is infinite. So everything else is an illusion. An illusion meaning something that is temporary, temporal, based in time. Time is not real. People say time's not real, clocks are made up. Yeah, fine. You don't understand how deep this goes. Time is not real, meaning it's not divine. There's no, in source energy, there is no time. It's always right now. There's no memory, and thus there is no karma. There can be no past baggage. Every moment is getting reinvented again and again and again and again and again. So how do we use this knowledge to transcend? First of all, we have to get into our spirit. We have to start identifying with our spirit and not our body. We have to identify with our spirit and not our body. Doesn't matter what is done to this body. Doesn't matter how many injuries. Doesn't matter if people are projecting onto it that it's ugly or the sexiest man alive. All right? In my case, it's the latter, but it doesn't truly matter. It's temporal. It's temporary. Okay? So, we have to identify with our spirit, the only part of us that is infinite. When you identify with your spirit, you stop worrying about if everything in your life is going correctly according to the matrix and the terms and conditions of it, which leads me to my next point. What binds you in your mental form? Right? How do you transform your mind? How do you renew your mind? How do you alchemize your mind? How do you become a new you? How can you put on any mask and act it into perfection, like the Joker? How? You have to break the terms and conditions of the character you're currently playing. It's that simple. The legal system only has power over you if you agree to their terms and conditions. You can only lose a game if you first agree to being underneath the rules of that game. Okay, if you're playing basketball and you go out of bounds, turnover, you lose. Well, that only matters if I agreed that this arbitrary line you drew means out of bounds and I lose if I dribble over that line. I first have to agree to that premise, agree to those terms and conditions for me to even feel like I lost possession, for me to even feel like a turnover. I could just take the ball and just keep on walking. I could take 8 steps at the ball, all right? I could outdo even LeBron James. Just all right? The quadruple Euro step. All right? I mean, they probably still won't even call that in the NBA nowadays, but that's beside the point, all right? And one. There's no guy within 5 feet of him. Yeah, but we needed the highlight, so, and one. Okay, all right. Anyway.